Well, ladies and gentlemen, I may not be able to taste, I may not be able to smell, but at least I can sing a tune and breathe out of my nose again. File that under the information you never needed to know category. You know what you do need to know, though? When's the heat gonna break and when's our next chance of rain? Let's talk about it in this Thursday edition of the Texas Weather Roundup. Good morning. It's Thursday, the 22nd of August, 2024. I'm Texas Storm Chasers, Baldy-in-Chief David Reimer, and yes, been suffering through the illness this week. It got me. Do y'all really care? Probably not, but if it makes you feel better, I'm perfectly fine, thankfully. In other news, guess what? It's hot. It's August. It's bound to do that. Let's talk about the high-res rapid refresh model for today, tonight, into Friday. We may see isolated thunderstorms this afternoon across parts of the hill country, central Texas, south central Texas. If that happens, expect gusty winds, lightning, temperatures cooling off into the 80s wherever you get a quick downpour, and yeah, we may get a quick downpour. Tomorrow, the potential for isolated to scattered thunderstorms, Panhandle, West Texas, down to the Permian Basin, Big Bend, Trans-Pecos, down to the Borderland of far West Texas, Davis, Guadalupe Mountains, and perhaps parts of the Brazos Valley, southeast Texas. The herd trying to be a little more ambitious with that activity tomorrow, maybe even parts of East Texas. Tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon, we'll see. But again, that happens. Some of those storms could have gusty winds over 45 miles an hour. Brief heavy rainfall, cloud-to-ground lightning. It would also, cool temperatures off for a little while, which would be nice. Widespread rain? Probably not, at least this week. After this week? Maybe. Fire weather conditions over the next few days from the Texas A&M Forest Service. Fire danger will continue to remain very high to extreme across the western half of the state today, Friday, into Saturday, though the entire state is facing an increased risk of grass fires, and that will continue until we see, the fall wetting season arrive, which we'll see when that will end up being. Temperatures over the next several days, guess what? Abilene set an all-time record high yesterday of 113 degrees, which beat the record from last year. So when we're breaking records from Summer of Hell number 2, yeah, it probably qualifies as Summer of Hell number 3, even if this is a less long Summer of Hell number 3 compared to the last two. Nevertheless, when we're hitting all-time record highs, that qualifies as an ouchies, and we're going to have more ouchies today. Highs 109 to 112 degrees. Northwest Texas, the Big Country, the Concho Valley. 110 in Childress, 110 in Sweetwater and Abilene, 110 in San Angelo, meaning it may end up being 112 to 113 again. 108 Del Rio and Laredo, 106 San Antonio, 104 in Austin, about 102 in Waco, 99 to 100 in DFW, 105 Amarillo, 106 Lubbock, 107 to 6 in Midland, Odessa, 106 in Pecos and Sanderson, 100 in El Paso, 101 in McAllen, 100 in Houston, 95 in Beaumont, only 90 this afternoon in Texarkana, 95 in Longview, 94 in Sherman. So, yeah, we are seeing some slightly less hot temperatures in the northeastern portions of Texas. Tomorrow, 111 in Childress, meaning it may end up being closer to 113 to 114 in some spots out there, especially in the Canadian River Valley. Triple digits, Panhandle, West Texas, Permian Basin, Big Country, Concho Valley, Northwest Texas, North Texas, Central. Ooh, magical interruption. Guess whose program crashed while he was in the middle of his recording? Yes, sirree, Bob. Apparently, I'm not the only one having a bit of illness this week. Apparently, so is the computer. Shocking. Technology and I get along like, my hairline, and, yeah. That's about as far as that joke's going today. Short story, yeah, it's going to be really stinking hot tomorrow across the western half of Texas again, but tomorrow afternoon, highs, middle to upper 90s eastern third of the state. Still, it's hot, especially, where we're going to be 105 to 113 degrees in northwest Texas, the Big Country, the Concho Valley, into the Permian Basin. Now, as we get into Saturday, it's still hot. We're expecting triple digits along the I-35 corridor from, all intents and purposes, Oklahoma City down to Laredo, western half, western two-thirds of the state. Eastern third of the state will actually be a little warmer than today and tomorrow, with high temperatures returning into the upper 90s, flirting with 100. But take a note as we get into Sunday, and hint Monday, we're starting to lose some of these triple digits. We're getting back into the upper 90s across a majority of the state to right around 101 to 102, which, I mean, yeah, it's hot, but, it's still, 4 to 10 degrees less hot than yesterday and today. And as we get into Monday, how about this? A lot of 90s showing up on the high temperature forecast map with, yes, still triple digits for some folks, but 100 to 99 is better than 106 to 113 degrees. And that'll kind of mark a bit of a shift as we get into next week. Here's a look at the upper level pattern. And what we're showing here is essentially the 500 millibar heights, middle of the atmosphere. Think about it this way. Warmer the atmosphere, it expands. Cooler, it contracts. Well, in this case, that 500 millibar area of high pressure, the heat dome sitting over us right now, the next few days, notice that kind of starts to break down as we get into next week. Our heights begin to lower, which means we lose that high pressure, we lose the subsidence or sinking air that is commonplace with that high pressure, and as that occurs, it looks like we're set to see an increase in potentially scattered shower and thunderstorm chances across at least the southern two-thirds of Texas next week. Depending on some of the model data, we may have decent rain chances by this time next week across a good chunk of the state. With that would come less hot temperatures just because of, more cloud cover, rain chances. I'm not going all in on this yet, but there is hope that this is probably going to be the hottest stretch of the year. And after the next couple of days, it looks like we may start to get some rain back in the picture. Does that mean summer's over? Oh, no. But at the same time, we are starting to move past the climatological peak of our hottest weather in Texas over the next few days, and especially as we get close to the 1st of September. Yeah, it could still be hot. It could still be in the triple digits, but, likewise, next week it looks like we may end up having some tropical moisture come into play. Now, with that being said, it doesn't look like we're going to be dealing with any sort of hurricane mischief anytime soon. I will admit, I'm actually a little surprised at how quiet things have been over the last few weeks. I mean, we had a kickstart to the tropical season. Alberto, Burl, Chris. But the last few weeks in the Gulf, it's been quiet. And the Gulf is boiling hot right now. And indications are, for the next week at least, it's going to stay quiet. Now, does that mean we're going to stay quiet September? I doubt it. And it only takes one storm, but we're doing okay right now. And if we can, get through the season without any more issues, that'd be great. But in all likelihood, we won't. Though, at least the Gulf as a whole. So we'll keep an eye on it. But there is some light at the end of the tunnel. It looks like we may have some rain chances and less hot temperatures in about a week. Hopefully that verifies. We'll keep an eye on it here at the Texas Storm Chasers, and you can do the same with the free Texas Storm Chasers mobile app. Get your local weather forecast, interactive weather radar, and more. And of course, you can follow us here on the Texas Weather Center. Y'all make it a good Thursday. I'm going to go take some more NyQuil and hopefully get over this head fog, which clearly is still in place. We'll chat with y'all again Friday morning. Have a good one. God bless.